Well, folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast. And just to start off, to let everybody know that we are going to be at the St. Pete Boat Show in Sunray Marine's booth right at the fountain Thursday through Sunday. So we've already been there a day and we're going to be there all weekend. So if you want to come by and see us, it looks like the weekend's going to be a little bumpy again. There's some strong winds, 10 to 15 on Saturday and Sunday out of the northeast, which makes bay fishing somewhat miserable unless you're way up into the north end of the bay. It kind of makes it a little bit miserable. Plus, temperatures are going to drop because there's a front coming in on Friday. So it's going to be in the 60s for the highs for both days and breezy. So I would recommend, since there's nothing else to do, you come out and see us at the St. Pete Boat Show. But anyway, I just want to say thank you to everybody for all the support. We recently just put out there that we have 50-piece bags of egg sinkers, 1/4 through 4 ounce. And I don't know if you can beat our pricing. I love to be able to supply good quality products at good quality prices, and since I can buy my lead at a certain price, I extend those savings to our clients. And I really want to thank everybody that bought. Kind of overwhelmed us there for a little bit. We were trying to get ready for the show and we were pretty ready for it, but then we got overwhelmed with egg sinker sales. So I want to say thank you for that. Thank you to everybody that's pre-ordered for the Redbone rods. I'm supposed to not get them this week, but hopefully the end of next week I'm supposed to get them. And as soon as we get them in, we'll be sending out orders. So I want to thank you for that. We've got a ton of pre-orders on those Redbone rods. And like I said, the fishing looks like it's going to be a little tough this weekend with the wind and the weather and everything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get into the tides and salooners and talk about what is in store for this weekend. And like I said, if you get a chance to go out and fish and you can get into some protected areas, you can go and catch fish, especially in the back bay areas, rivers, things like that. Like this river right here, every time it gets cold, these fish push up into the river. So these are good areas to come and fish. We've got, we've got the Hillsborough River, we've got the Alafia River, we've got Little Manatee, we've got the Big Manatee River. So there's a lot of different rivers to go and fish. You have all the back bay areas when it comes to canal systems in St. Pete area. You have a ton of canals over there with docks, things like that. Just be mindful of people's property. That's all I ask. Is that people fish our dock all the time. All I ask is if you hook our dock, you come and get your stuff. That's all we ask. If you're mindful of fishing my dock, I don't care. It's public property, of course. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the Friday fishing forecast and talk about what we have in store for the tides and salooners. Okay, let's go ahead and get in the tides and salooners and talk about what we have going on for this weekend. On Saturday, we have a low tide at 10:17 a.m. at a negative 0.37. Then we have a high tide at 4:47 p.m. at a 1.15 foot. Then on Sunday, we have a low tide at 10:47 a.m. at a negative 0.13 foot. And then we have a high tide at 5:16 p.m. at a 1.27 foot. Now, as you can see, those are pretty low tides in the morning, the negative low tides, which, again, I love to fish negative low tides because it's almost, if you can find the fish, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. I was talking to Rich the other day and talking about fishing some particular flats. And I told him this is what you want to go and look for, which is the mullet. And I talk about this a lot, and some people, I find the mullet, but I don't find the fish. Well, the fish might not be ready to eat at that point. The fish are going to be around. Trust me. I've flown the drone enough to watch schools of mullet, and then redfish, snook, all intermixed with those schools of mullet. They may not be intermixed completely, but they may be around them, on the outside of them. They may be intermixed with them completely, or they may be farther down from them, but they're going to be in the same general area. That's one thing that I look for. So just pay attention to that. If you're fishing out on the open flats, especially after warm up, these fish are going to adjust and they're going to move out on those flats. The cold weather doesn't affect the trout and the redfish too much. It does affect the snook, but it doesn't affect the redfish very much or the trout. So that's something that you could definitely go out and target when it gets colder like this. You find the deeper areas on a negative low tide, and you're more than likely gonna find fish if the parameters are correct and right for that situation. Now let's go ahead and talk about the tides and slooners for this weekend. The slooners for this weekend, sorry. On Saturday, we have a minor feeding time from 9:56 a.m. to 10:56 a.m., and then we have a major feeding time from 3:27 p.m. to 5:27 p.m. Then on Sunday, we have a minor feeding time from 10:28 a.m. to 11:28 a.m. Then we have a major feeding time from 4:12 p.m. to 6:12 p.m. So those are the slooners for this weekend. And like I said, the weather, it's going to be a little bumpy and it's going to be a little chilly. After a front comes through like that, it does affect the fish. When you have clear bluebird skies like we have, right now, it makes fishing tough. That barometric pressure, and I've talked about it before, does affect the fish, and it makes them feel full, and it puts a squeeze on their bladder, so that on their air bladder. So it makes them feel uncomfortable. So just keep that in mind. I've heard the sheep's head bite has been really, really good. The redfish bite has been really, really good. So if you're going to go out, those are some fish that you might want to target. Again, we talked about the grouper and snapper in that certain part of the bay between just north of the port and going in the middle of the bay in the shipping channel up to the Little Manatee River. I personally have not done well at all in the last 3 days, or 3 times that I've been fishing out there. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm hoping that it's not been decimated. But there's something definitely going on. So if you are experiencing the same thing, let me know. Shoot me an email or shoot me a message on Facebook or YouTube and let us know what you're experiencing. I've gotten a couple messages from guys that have said the same thing that I'm saying, that they're struggling to find good fish or even fish, period. So something is going on there. And talking about that, I want to start doing what we call top catches of the week. So if you're a customer or if you just watch our show, please send us some pictures of the fish that you've caught recently, and I want to start sharing those. I want to call it top catches, so we'll probably pick 3 or 4 people a week if we get those pictures. So if you want, send them in to us. We'll put them up there. I'm going to put the top catches up on the Friday fishing forecasts every week. So please, if you do have fish, even if you haven't caught them on the gear that we sell, if you just are out fishing for snook or whatever, send us those pictures. And if you do catch it on our gear, let us know, and we'll put you up there with the gear also. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody for all of the support. I know I say that a lot, but I truly do mean it. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side, and hopefully at the boat show this weekend.